the serenity of a cool, crisp Pennsylvania stream. But do not let the peacefulness and beauty fool you, because since 1958, a horror has loomed over this community. Shunk-a-gong-gong, gong-gong-gong-gong, gong-gong-gong, gong. Don't be alarmed. That's just the Blu-ray. Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. Today I will be delving deep down the rabbit hole, in and around the small town of Phoenixville, looking, searching, and hopefully not finding the creature we all know, and some love, some are afraid of, the Blob. Join me. Shall you? When it comes to this subject matter, one must start off with the historic Colonial Theatre. I'm beginning the video with this, and most likely will be ending. My favorite thing about this is they have recreated the lettering on the marquee as it was 60 years ago and replaced the banners. Give it up for air conditioning. I'd like to do an impromptu filming location tour around the area, but who can I find locally to help me out? And possibly someone who's really into films. The question is, where oh where can I find such a person? I don't know, it's like, might be jammed.
Hello and welcome to the Cinemasickness Media Library. We have plenty of VHS. More DVDs than your local Blockbuster ever had. 1 Blu-rays? We have hundreds. And for you videophiles, the latest in 4K.
Even an old school format, beta to the max. This stuff is awesome. There's a little bit of everything in here. So cool. Look, it's amazing.
Sir, please don't touch that.
Some old school Disney. I love that Epcot and all of the live action clamshell boxes. Some of these are pretty tough to find. Just a few laser discs.
Super 8, 8mm, 35mm.
Didn't even notice at first, but all along the rafters, there's stuff tucked away way up there.
I'm all researched up. Let's roll.
The grocery store in the film is now a Dollar General, divided into 2 sections. The front door would have been right around here. Now this part is closed now, and that is where the meat locker in the back, the cooler, where the blob oozed underneath the open area, happened. Here's a screenshot of the town folk and Steve McQueen trying to let them know what's going on. You also see the fire truck in the shot. They would have all been congregated right here in this parking lot facing the grocery store. Very tough to see, but I have the camera peeking in the window. You can see to the left the facade wall that has been built separating the 2 shops. But there used to be grocery store aisles. This section of the premises, however, still used for retail. If my calculations are correct, past that new wall is where the cooler would have been. You see anything blob related in here?
No, not really. Ah, the blob!
You all right, man? You all right?
The blob.
It's a snack pack.
Me.
It's a snack pack.
Oh.
Where the town folk are rounding the corner of that building on the right of this photo is down at the bottom of this hill near the end of this sidewalk. The light poles have been changed over the years, but they are in the appropriate spot. The only major difference when it comes to the woodwork here, it's been repainted. You can see it's a dark brown current day. I believe back in '58 it was a lighter color, but all the town folk would have rounded that very corner. I'm gonna walk up these stairs now and get an overview of where it happened. In the empty lot you see straight ahead there was a building that you could see in the shot, but they would have all been running right along there and then turned this corner straight up this hill. It's coming! It's coming! These old bridges always remind me of
Beetlejuice.
The property of the diner looks considerably different. The premises is the same, but the facade has changed. They moved the old one and rebuilt a totally different one on the same location. However, the basement underneath this still exists. My best educated guess is this stairwell and that door leads into the former basement. You can see down there, it's a little bit of water standing, but through there, it's where the Blob was. Look closely, it looks as if part of it is oozing through that vent cover. Right there, look, there it is. Inside now, it looks pretty similar. Obviously not the same building, but you know, it's still a typical old school diner. Still get that vibe. Designated on this marker board. Check that out. Soup of the day is chicken orzo or clam chowder. Taking a look at the menu here, and I think inside there are some certain sandwiches designated. What page was that on? Oh, there it is. Special Blob sandwiches. Quite a few on the list there. Little blotch there shown on the sign as well. Open 24 hours, the Downingtown Diner, and I did ask to go down below. They promptly told me no. Did get a little daring, however, and got our photo down at the bottom of the stairwell. That's as close as I want to get. Made it up the road a bit to the Yellow Springs Library, and I'm noticing here on the side of the building, Hollywood and Pickering Creek. And there's a photo here. That's Steve McQueen down there, which means somewhere around this premises were the interior shots in the studio. That's awesome. Not only did he stay on site, but he also honeymooned out here. I did not know that. There's a little bit more information. Good News Productions occupied this whole area from 52 to 74, and they are designating 3 different spots: Studio A, Studio C, and Studio B. And Studio B is that burned down area. You see the firemen putting out the flames there. At the base, you can see some little rock formations. Those are still standing. And after further investigation, I'm thinking that these were living accommodations and they didn't film anything inside there. Studio B is accessible. Just step over the top of that formation and we are inside movie history. Pretty freaking cool. Originally, it was a Revolutionary War hospital before Hollywood came a-callin'.
I'm up here!
I see you. Artistic rendering of Studio A from back in the olden days. And modern day still looks the same. I was just informed that Studio C housed the interiors of the police station, which you see directly before me. The interesting thing is, right next to it is the real live West Pikeland Township police station. They still do productions. Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. It's still active to this day. At the time, this was also a sound recording. I'm not 100% sure if right up here was there back in the day, but this is one of the rooms right here, and they are currently practicing for a future play. Moving right along. In reality, all of these spots are about a 30-mile radius. They're not all in the same exact area. You have to travel just a little bit. The Office of Dr. Howlin stands before me. This is where the youth pulled up with the older gentleman who had a bit of the Blob on his arm. Their car would have pulled up and parked right there, and they would have escorted him in to the front doors.
Oh, you're friendly. You're friendly.
He likes being scratched. And there's the front doors, and there's where the doctor's sign would have been mounted right there on that post. You can see the porch used to be a much lighter color than it is now. It's been overpainted green current day. The building itself has been here since 1890. The owner is kind enough to let me up on the porch and get a little better view. Herbie the Love Pug. That's a clever name. I like that. Great to meet you, Herbie. The real mystery is which exact window did he get attacked at? There are two of them that look very similar, and the brickwork to the left are the same. So it could be the long one on the left or the shorter one on the right. But in one of these two, the doc met his demise. Samuel K. Barkley School. You'll notice down here on the ground is a sidewalk. They use this as a driveway. What you would think to be a road is where they pulled a vehicle up. And also, in this little corridor leading to these doors, a rock was grabbed off the ground in this section and used to smash the window of the former doors that were right here. Notice the brickwork and concrete lining along the wall. That still remains as they climbed those very steps, and their vehicle would have been stationed right about there. At first glance, I thought the signage was going to state, "Do not throw rocks through our window," but alas, they say something totally different. It's no longer open for business, sitting here more or less abandoned. But this is the mechanic shop where the guy working on the car did not see it coming. He was attacked viciously by the Blob. In order to match it up, pay close attention to those two windows in the background. And to the far right, past the windows, you can barely see it behind the toolboxes, is a door. Peeking into the window now, you can see what was in that photo. There's the door, and there's the two windows. And the gentleman under the car was right there on the floor, right about near that pole. Would be the perfect place for an oil change. That is, if you don't want to get devoured by some sort of creature. The line has formulated for those who have tickets to the run out, and it stretches back a very long distance. Cardboard pinball machine. And look up here, it's been themed adequately. And in case you were wondering, there will be absolutely no alcohol for the runouts, and for good reason. Rub me for good luck. All right, it says to. I'm gonna rub. Yes, I'm rubbing it through this wall in the year 1958. The Blob brought the monster into the movie theater. That is where it crept through the holes. I've always wanted to see this in person. I always wondered what it would look like to turn around from your seats and see that monster oozing through the wall.
This is the actual projection room where the projectionist in the film is attacked. This is pretty amazing. I absolutely love being in here. This is true movie history here at the Colonial Theatre.
Tucked away over here in the corner is a little photo op. All you have to do is just stick your head or heads through those holes. We're now inside the belly of the beast.
It's kind of sticky.
I was worried more about the stench. Smells a little
like Axe body spray.
Through the gooiness, it is exuding illumination. I think this one swallowed some Christmas lights. It's a Lego version of the old man that had his hand consumed by the smaller version of this. It's a full-on Lego theater, and you can see what's going to happen shortly. The run out right down there, and over here is a recreation of the diner. That is pretty cool.
Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah. Insufficient postage.
Insufficient postage?
Yes. Yes.
Insufficient address?
Address is wrong too. Yes.
Really?
Yes. It sat in our offices, but now we sent it return to sender.
1958? That's 60 years ago.
That is UPS for you.
Oh. Wow, this thing's heavy. Okay.
They got loose.
Escaped.
What do you mean?
And it's somewhere between the Arctic and Phoenixville?
You know, I'm really, really glad that this crate is totally empty.
Sweet Steve McQueen, it's the Blob up on top of the building. Oh my God! Out of here! I need to get out of here.
You hear that, everyone?
Gotta get out of here. Get out of here.
Keep going, keep going.
The police have been called. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Please subscribe and also click that notification bell. The vlog is over.